Out in the wilderness, Zeno self-revives as the rocks break from around him. As he observes his surroundings, he notices a cave and starts to dig. He finds nitric acid and Stanley also revives. Stanley is curious as to how much time has passed, and Zeno tells him it's been a few thousand years. As Zeno goes on a rant, Stanley stops him and looks for his cigarettes. Zeno, remembering the words of Senku's father, tells Stanley that the race for humanity is on. Zeno and Stanley use nitric acid to revive the team. As they revive Carlos, he regurgitates a ring. Zeno examines it and finds out that it is made of platinum, delighting him. Zeno explains that they can use platinum to make nitric acid so that they can produce gunpowder. After they revive a few more of the crew members, they head out to find a home base. After they settle into their location, they start to build a factory, and before long they develop firearms. Pleased with the progress that they are making, Zeno tells Stanley that they are at the pinnacle of the stone world. After Stanley checks his target, he notices tobacco plants. They then dry out the leaves and use it as a cigarette. Zeno goes on a rant about him and Stanley being monocrats, to which he agrees. Back in the present, Ryusui explains that Senku and Zeno self-revived at the same time and were able to get nitric acid. However, one used nitric acid for giving life and the other to take away life. Luna, however, is curious as to what they were talking about and tries to figure out why Senku knows Zeno. As Taiju explains something to Senku, Luna is shocked to find out that Taiju is on the deck. Luna, calling herself a capable woman, readies herself to point out Taiju to Stanley. At the same time, Ryusui and Senku talk about the Medusa weapon being used as a bargaining chip because of Zeno's love for weapons. Luna, scared, prepares to point at Taiju for Stanley. Luna remembers Taiju's good deeds and puts her fingers in her nose. She then goes to the edge of the boat to signal to the others that Zeno might know someone named Senku. Ryusui suspiciously looks at her. Max then calls Zeno and tells him about the mission. Senku's ship picks this up, but the signal is encrypted. Ryusui quickly deduces that Luna has sent a message to the enemy. Just as Stanley is ready to pull the trigger, he is interrupted by Zeno. Zeno explains that Taiju was a decoy and the real leader is Senku. Curious, Stanley asks Zeno, "How does he look?" Zeno then goes to his storage and replays Senku's voice. He deduces that he is 5'7" and his age is 19. Stanley, armed with this information, goes through a process of elimination with each of the crew members that are on the deck. As Ryusui alerts everybody to take cover, Stanley easily finds out who Senku is. Senku, realizing the situation by looking at Luna, then runs out of Stanley's line of sight, impressing him. Stanley then asks Zeno if he wants Senku dead. He thinks that Senku would be a great asset to him, but he doesn't believe that he would accept his offer for world dominance. He then tells Stanley to kill him. Witty, Senku then uses a bag of starch with water to make a bulletproof shield. As Stanley fires and the bullet is about to hit him, he explains that the method that he used to make a bulletproof vest was all conjecture.